They say the worst part isn't the fall. It's what comes after the landing. You've just had what people call an ego death. Maybe it came through a spiritual awakening. Maybe it cracked you open during a crisis, a breakup, a psychedelic trip, or years of internal struggle that finally reached the surface. However it happened, you felt it. Your old self, the identity you clung to for so long, collapsed. It's gone. And for a moment, it was peaceful, even freeing. But now you're stuck in the silence. No goals, no drive, no clear self to fight for. Just this empty space where you used to be. And that's where most people get lost. We think enlightenment means glowing forever in some cosmic bliss. But the reality is messy, disorienting. It can leave you lying on the floor of your life trying to remember why anything even matters anymore. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychologist who reshaped how we understand the human psyche, understood this part better than most. He called it the death of the persona. When the mask we wear for society falls away and we see how much of our life was scripted by fear, conditioning, ego, and approval seeking. But he also believed that this collapse wasn't the end. It was a beginning, a birth of something far more real than the persona ever was. But how do you move from that hollow post-ego death phase into inspired, meaningful action? How do you rebuild without faking it again? That's what we're going to explore in this video. And trust me, it's not about becoming a productivity machine. It's about something much deeper. How to tap into soul-level motivation, the kind that isn't tied to external validation or identity, but to truth. And Carl Jung left us some powerful clues. So stay with me until the end, because we're going to flip the script on how you think about motivation, purpose, and healing after ego death. And I promise by the end of this video, you'll have a new framework for moving forward, not back to your old self, but toward the version of you that was hiding underneath it all along. So here's where most people end up after ego death: in the void. Not depression exactly, not apathy. It's more like nothing sticks. The things you used to chase, success, popularity, being somebody, don't feel real anymore. Goals feel hollow. Affirmations feel fake. Vision boards, they gather dust. You don't lack motivation. You lack a self to be motivated for. Jung said this is the point where we either shrink back into an old identity, numb ourselves, reattach to shallow goals, or we begin the process of what he called individuation.